Like taking a break is not taking a break. You know what I'm saying? Like taking a break is resting, but taking a break is not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not disconnecting. It's just, oh, I'm a rest or reflect or get new revelation when I'm rested or when I'm reflecting, but I'm not taking a break from my life. You don't take a break from your life. You don't even want to build a life that you have to take a break from. You know, you want to build a life where there's consistency and congruency, and resting is a part of the rhythm of your life. You know, resting, I rest because it's a rhythm of my life. I'm not resting because I'm trying to take a break from what I'm doing. I'm just resting so I can reflect, or so I can be refreshed, you know, or get new revelation. I mean, that's why I'm resting. When God created the world, he didn't rest like, okay, you know, I'm disconnected from what I created. He rested so he could set in motion. So he could set in motion what he established, you know. And on the seventh day, he rested. You know, it's good. I created it. I made it. I empowered man. I breathed into him. He got a woman now. It's good. Let me rest and reflect on the revelation of my own idea that I just released in the earth. You know, and that's why you rest. You know, you don't want to build a life that you have to rest from. You want to build a life that rest is a part of the rhythm of your life. Rest is the reward. Rest is a part of your response to you being productive. You know what I'm saying? That's what rest is. And when the seasons slow down, yeah, it's preparation, it's pause, it's Selah, it's pause and reflect. Seasons slow down to Selah, to pause and reflect, so you can get ready for what's next. Because next is coming. You know, next is coming every day until you die. Next is coming every day until you die. And you can't be stressed about next. You can't think next is never, you know, next ain't taking no break. Next ain't, oh no, you know, next is coming. And the only difference is some people move into the next because they're ready for next, and some people next shows up and they miss it, not because next didn't come, because they wasn't ready. You know, if you're not ready for what's next, next will still come, still call you, still email you, still text you, still knock on your door, still show up. But if you're not ready, you won't recognize it, you won't be ready for it, you won't know what to do with it. You know, next comes for everybody. Next, tomorrow, next shows up for everybody. But you gotta be rested to recognize when next shows up. You know, so you know what to do with it. And when God presents an opportunity to you, when he opens a door for you, is because he recognizes timing. When I say God, I mean timing that has been set in order for your life has brought to maturity a window of time that opened up an opportunity for you. That's what I mean when I say that. And when the timing and the rhythm of your life have opened up an opportunity for you, you can accept it or you can deny it, but you can't say that it didn't come. You just chose to move into it, or chose to say, nah, that's too much, or nah, I don't want to do it, or nah, I'm afraid to do it. But you can't say it didn't come, because if you wasn't ready for it, it wouldn't have opened up. You were ready, you just have to decide. And people don't always decide because they're not rested. They're overwhelmed. They're not They don't know what they're building, and they don't know what they're trying to build in the first place. So because they don't know what they're trying to build in the first place, then they don't know when this is a moment of something that's bigger that adds on to what they're already trying to do. They're just, Every moment is building for the next moment. Every moment is preparing you. I always say, every moment in your life has prepared you for this moment. I always say that. Every moment in your life has prepared you for this moment. Whatever your this moment is, every moment has prepared you for this moment. You will never show up in a moment that you have not been prepared for. It's just what you did in your preparation time that determines what you'll do with the next moment. Some people just kill the next moment, they maximize it, and we call that success. And then some people we see and we say, you don't have any success. Well, it's just because the moment came and they weren't prepared. They didn't kill it. Wow. But the moment came. They just didn't kill it. Like, oh, you missed your moment. Yeah, I'm stuck on doing what I already did because I don't want to take the risk of being prepared for the next moment. Tragic, exactly. But that's how you see it. That's what you see. People stuck. God didn't love you more than he loved them. Time didn't set in motion an opportunity for you more than it set in motion an opportunity for them. It's just when time set in motion, God set in motion before the foundation of the time and opportunity for them, they just weren't prepared for the opportunity. And that's when we see them lack fulfilling their purpose, releasing their potential, and not having success. And because we don't know always the timing of God that has set in motion an idea about your life, we quit, give up, become frustrated, unfaithful, not productive in a previous time because we feel like, oh, this should have happened by now, or this should have happened this way. And if it didn't happen by now, or it didn't happen this way, then it was not going to happen. And none of that's true. If it didn't happen by now, or it didn't happen this way, it just meant that it wasn't time for it to happen. But you can't control the timing of when something happens, but you can control your readiness for when it happens. And if we're honest, most of the stuff that we're frustrated that we feel like should have happened in a different time, I mean, if you're really honest, you should kind of be glad it didn't happen in that time, because 9 times out of 10, you wasn't ready, which means what? Which means that it wasn't time. So having endurance and practicing faithfulness and consistency and mastering your abilities in a time when you're most frustrated because you think it's overtime or due time is the best thing you can do for your life, because seed time and harvest is a law that's been set in order since the beginning of the world. So seed time and harvest is demanding that if you put the seed in, the work, time will get a hold of your seed, the work, and produce a harvest for your life. So in the most frustrated time when you think you're over time or due time, the worst thing you can do is give up time. Just keep on plowing, keep on planting, keep on being consistent. Time's going to give birth to the harvest of your seed. But the harvest of your seed can only be given birth to. Time can only give birth to the harvest of your seed if you have seed in the ground. So don't be frustrated because it didn't happen when you thought it was supposed to happen. You weren't ready. I learned that even the disappointments of when I thought something was about to happen and then it didn't happen, when I look back over my life, if I'm honest, they were meant to get my heart in a moment of anticipation where I had an expectation where I start to shift. So if I was settled in something and never was going to change it and was good with how it was and thought that was going to be a way, and then expectation or anticipation comes about something that shifts me out of that space, and then I get ready and then it don't happen and then I go back, the worst thing you can do is like settle back and regress like, oh man. No, really, it was just to shift you out so you can be hoping, because if you stay in the posture that it could happen, it was about to happen, even if that didn't happen, you know what I learned? Is that the very next cycle, either 2 things later or 1 thing later, it happens. And if you went all the way back, then you gotta get all the way up to get ready instead of just staying ready. Staying in the posture of expectation. Staying in hope. God's not teasing you, He's preparing you. And timing is everything. Yeah. That's what I've been thinking about a couple days. I hope to try to share with people how God is using everything for everything. Your life's not all over the place. Life is one thing, and God is using everything in your life for everything.